Hey everyone, it's me. I hope you guys are all having a good day. I know here today it was supposed to be like 30 degrees, heat wave, so I have not been outside. It says right now that it's 27 degrees. It keeps saying that it's snowing. We are supposed to get flurries, but I haven't seen any flurries at all. But it keeps saying that it is. Anyways, I have done nothing today at all. I did some dishes today. So I did get that some done. Otherwise, I haven't done anything, so I thought I better get up and get busy. Um, well, I might be lying. I'm trying to look out my window. It looks like there is some flurries, so I'm lying. It is finally flurry. I trying to think. I hate when I'm on social media, and you follow pages and they'll ask you, I don't know, they'll put like something on their page and it's a question, and I don't usually answer them. Like the one was, what comes first? And what comes first? Love, sex, marriage, marriage, sex, love, all that stuff. So there was all these like what's supposed to come first. And one of them said marriage, love, and then sex. And I wrote and I said, so I wrote my answer. I don't know why I do that, because every time I don't think I'm the only person. Anytime that you write on a post like that, or any post really, there's always that one person, or even more than one, right? They want to argue with you about how you think, or how you should think, or how you should answer. And, it gets tiresome. And yeah, you can choose to ignore it. Most people do not, I've noticed. But there are times I do. There are times I don't. There's times I just go delete my answer because it's not worth it. I don't even know these people and they want to argue with me, right? So, I put God needed to come first, and then marriage, love, and then sex. And some person, I think some guy, wrote and was like, how are you going to have a marriage without love? Love should come first. And I pointed out to him two things. And in some cases, obviously that's true. But in some cases, it's not. Because when you look at the old, your people that had arranged marriages, they were not in love with each other. They maybe didn't even meet until the day of their wedding. Were they in love? No. They put their marriage first and then got to know each other and found love a lot of times. Or at least had respect for each other. That kind of love. So, no, it's not always that way. When I met my husband, and I've seen with so many people out there, whether people realize it or not, when you met the person that you're with, typically it's not really love. It is lust at first. And it can turn into love, obviously. So I don't believe that everybody goes into it being in love. A lot of people confuse lust for love, and it's easy to do, right? And so, no, I don't think most people go into relationships, and I'm sorry if I'm hurting your feelings, or you guys don't agree with me, that's fine. I'm not here to argue, I'm just telling my thoughts. I think a lot of times it is lust. We have the honeymoon period in the beginning, which is lust, and as you go, it turns to love. So this guy wanted to argue with me. Now, of course, there was how many other people on there answering the same question. but apparently he did not like my answer. Um, Again, a lot of people had arranged marriages in so many different places and still might, I'm sure, in different countries. And, sometimes those were the best marriages because they did become friends instead of falling in love right away, obviously. And so a lot of those marriages lasted. Um, you know, who am I to say? But I know that's what I thought. But uh, after I did write that to this person, explaining, there's so many people that had arranged marriages. Obviously, they weren't in love. And that it was a question for a lot of people not to go on here and argue and judge people for their answers. He did write back and say, you're right. And I see what you're saying. And that was it. But I seem to get this a lot, that people don't like my answers or what I have to say on these different posts, and will actually try to start a fight or argue. And so a lot of times I do stick it up and I'm like, it's not even worth it. I don't know this person, and I delete them. So yeah, I think people just like to argue in general, or everybody thinks their way is right. And I do understand partly that. I mean, like, I think the way I clean is right? At your own house. But I wouldn't go to my friend's house maybe and clean the same way that I do at my house if they like it a certain way, right? So, I don't know. It gets irritating because you feel like you can't even be on social media unless you're only talking to the people you know. Because people just are mean. And, people wonder how kids are mean. You need to look at the parents sometimes. I will say, not always. I mean, I have mean kids. No, I don't have mean kids. I just, like, I taught them what I knew. What they did with it was what they did with it. So you can't always blame the parents, but who's usually the ones out on the, soccer fields fighting or football fields fighting? Parents. You don't usually hear of the kids. It's usually the parents, right? That's my whole point. So, and I'm not, that's not every parent, obviously. First of all, if you see me at a football field, you need to call help. Because my kids don't play football. Obviously, if they would have, I would have been out there. But you get what I mean. So, I think just everybody can have their own opinion. Everybody can have their own answer, whether you agree with it or not, is my point. And why fight about it? Why try to start a fight? Not not just because you think a certain way doesn't mean someone else does, right? Anyway, so I have done nothing. I gotta start here on the family room because I'm going out later. So I at least am trying to get the family room done today. It's like my biggest goal today for whatever day it is. Because I am so tired of the family room at this point. I was watching, if you can't hear the music, I was watching Step It Up, one of the greatest movies ever, the first one. Of course, there's a lot of reasons why. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. But, so I'm going to show you what the family room looks like right now, guys. So, I cleared a lot of stuff off of the top of there. I still have more to do. Some of those boxes are actually where my mom worked. They brought her stuff from work to our house. I threw away the picture that was over here, the painting. And I have some of the stuff here on the couch are a lot of books that my mom had. I got a trash I gotta sweep up. Here's the corner so far. So there is a box still. I'm trying not to put too much in the corner. And then I'm putting all her stuffed animals up there right now. And so yeah, let's see. We also have her sheets that I had because at the nursing home they seem to use their sheets, so you obviously don't need to bring sheets. I don't even think they would allow you to, because first of all, they would get lost, right, at the nursing home. When they go to change them, you would never see them again. I have pillows and stuff that need to go upstairs that I had washed but never took upstairs. So yeah, some of it obviously is mine, but that's what the family room is looking like today. You guys saw it in a previous video and how much worse it was. So that is, I'm looking for something to drink. I'm really bad, so we only have water in my house. I don't drink, like, I don't keep pop. Like, I was, but I don't keep it very often. And I was getting, like, the 12 cans of pop. But my kids will have them gone in 2 days. And this is why I stopped buying pop years ago. Because, or juice. If you remember what are the Capri Suns? I used to buy when my kids were little and put them in their lunch only. And my kids would sneak into them that they would be gone the same day I picked them up. Oh, so pop makes, like, I don't drink a lot of pop. And so it burns when I drink it. And it doesn't feel good. So that's what that ugly face was that I just made. So that's not my pop. That's my son's pop. My husband brought it home for him last night. Because he reached out to him asking him to bring him pop, which was fine. I don't care if my kids go out and buy pop or they buy it with their own money. But for me to keep buying it and, like, nobody can enjoy it because it's gone in, like, 1 or 2 days just irritates me. So I hadn't bought it for years. And I thought, well, they're older now. They can deal with it. Like, they'll be good, right? No, not right at all. So, yeah. So, I'm going to get busy on this family room. Hopefully the next time you guys see it, it looks a lot better. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.